Hi guys, welcome back to Nebula Fox Toy Reviews. Once again we are back with a Jurassic World Rebirth figure, and today we are taking a look at the aerial ambush Quetzalcoatlus. This thing is huge. It's just huge. I know I'm late with these, but like I said, I don't review these figures for the views. I just review them because I want to review them. So I just review them as and when I get to them. If the video does well, that's a bonus. But I'm mainly just doing because I want to. And this is a figure that I wanted to do. I'm also late to reviewing these because of all the conventions I've been going to. Yes, there's a lot of conventions, because obviously I had MegaCon at the end of July, I had RakuCon in the middle of August, and I also had York Unleashed at the very end of August, so that video was only a couple of weeks ago now. But yeah, a lot of conventions means my reviews have been stalled, unfortunately. But anyway, let's head on over to the review table and take a closer look at this big dino bird. Okay, here we are. Here is the very big dino bird. So we'll take a quick look at the packaging as usual before we look at the figure. So down at the bottom we have the Rebirth logo, and then aerial ambush Quetzal, and then a render of the Quetzal there. Down over here we have the wingspan, so it's 61cm wingspan or a 24-inch wingspan. We also have a little thing for the Jurassic World Play app, which is rather nice. Up here we have like the buttons and what they do, and then over there we've got another button and what it does. So on this side of the box we've got Rebirth logo. On this side of the box we also have Rebirth. On the back of the box is pretty much everything that was just on the front, but now on the back and as pictures rather than actual things. And there's the Play app again. I've been constantly calling this thing the Jurassic World, not this, but the app. I've been calling it the Jurassic World Facts app for ages because that is what it started off as. It pretty much started off as like a digital checklist for the figures. So you scanned them in, it gave you a few facts about the dinosaurs, and that was it. It was pretty much just so you could keep a track of how many of the figures you had and how many you needed, because the ones you haven't scanned in were blacked out on the app. Now, how am I going to get this last tie without chopping the wing? I'm going to go in here. Can I get it at this angle? Obviously with the wing being fabric on this, I don't want to cut the wing. Hold on a minute. Okay, I'm back. I've done it. It was a bit awkward to get out of the box, but I've done it. So here is the Quetzal out of the box, and this thing is huge. I cannot get this thing all in camera without moving really far away from the camera. But I am loving this, and I really like the fabric wings. The fabric wings are really nice. And because of the fabric wings, you do have a pattern on both sides of the wings, which is nice as well. So, we'll get a closer look at the head, which is really, really nice. The eyes have been painted really nicely on both sides of mine, I believe. That's one side, and that's the other side. Yeah, because Mattel couldn't really get away with doing their usual shit paint job on one side, because you can see both sides of the head very easily in the packaging anyway, so they couldn't really get away with doing their usual thing. But that is really nicely done. This is definitely one of the, it's one of the more pricier figures. I believe it was 30 quid, but it's also one that they've put more effort into. If you open the mouth, you do have this little tiny tongue that is painted. The roof of the mouth is not painted as usual. but you've got the inside of the lower jaw that is, and you've got the fleshy bit that is as well. I love the colours on this head. I love the little orange splashes on the crest. And you've got your quills. So this thing is actually covered in pycnofibers. For those of you who don't really know, they're not dinosaurs, but I'm going to say dinosaur spiel. Pterosaurs were covered in fuzz, known as pycnofibers. And a lot of the Jurassic pterosaurs don't have pycnofibers. The Quetzalcoatlus in Dominion did, and then obviously this Quetzalcoatlus in Rebirth does, but I do believe that was it. Also, the Pteranodon has teeth, when its name literally means toothless wing. So, apart from the Jurassic World Pteranodons did not have teeth, which is good. So yeah, so it's got all of the detail of the pycnofibers going down the back of the head, all the way down the neck, and on the body and along the arms as well. That is really nice. Also on the legs. The legs also have the fuzz. The feet don't though. The feet are scaly, which is what they should be. Same with the little hands. The hands themselves are scaly. For articulation, their head is on a swivel hinge, so it can go up and down, and it can't go all the way around because it's tied to an action feature, but it can go up and down, and you can do a little bit of left to right. The neck can also go up and down. Oh no, the neck is part of the action feature, I believe. So ignore the neck articulation. Obviously the beak can open and close, but that is also part of the action feature. Wings can flap, also part of the action feature. So the only other real point of articulation is the legs, so they can go forward and back. And also the feet. So the feet can also go forward and back and swivel. This is more so like with the feet in this position, feet and legs in this position, it's like in flying mode. And then when you bring it down to land, you can move it into standing mode. The little hands also have a bit of articulation, which is cool. It does show that it's got the hinge, but the hands don't actually want to move up and down on mine. So they will swivel though, which is good. So anyway, for the action feature, the first one. So you've got two buttons on the back. These two buttons. This one operates the mouth and the noises. So we'll give that a press. That last noise is my favourite one. That little honking and the quacking is like my favourite noise. The other button activates the wings. So with this guy, you can actually stand it up. So you just fold the wings in, fold the hands down, and then obviously bring the legs and the feet in as well. And then bring the head down, and then that is that. And there it is, standing, which is really cool. All the Mattel Quetzes up to this point, because we had one in Dino Rivals, and then we had one in obviously Dominion. None of them could stand. Even just their pterosaurs in general couldn't stand. So this is something. And I'll show you how big this guy is. Because here is Loomis, that I reviewed last week. And here is the Pteranodon that he comes with, which can also stand up. So as you can see, it's pretty big when it's standing. I honestly don't know where I'm going to put this thing. But anyway, the other button, so it's the back button. When you press that, the wings pop open. So I'm going to bring the camera back. There we go. So it's like it's taking off, which is pretty cool. Now, a lot of people have been saying that the clips on the wings for their Quetzalcoatlus, like the clips are pretty weak because it locks into place. I haven't had an issue. I mean, when I paused the recording, when I got it out of the box, I played with it a couple of times just to see if I was going to have that issue before pressing record again, and didn't have that issue. So I'm happy with mine. The clip, yeah, I'm happy that the clip on the wings of mine, that the clips are absolutely fine. So anyway, that's that. That's all I can really say about it. Really awesome figure, highly recommend it. I mean, I love pterosaurs, so I was going to get this guy anyway, just because I love pterosaurs. But the fact it could also stand was one of the main selling points for me with this figure, because it means I can have it on display and it's not going to be flat hanging from the ceiling. I can have it on a shelf with all the other dinosaurs. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you all in the next video, whatever that'll be. Bye! Okay guys, little add-on because I forgot to show you in the main video. Here is the scan code for the Quetzalcoatlus. I apologise for not including this in the video